Hello everyone, my name is Tate, and today there is an issue that I've seen, others have seen, and people themselves have been through and seen. So what I'm going to talk about is, does inclusion equal clickiness? No. Inclusion should not equal clickiness. So, before I say anything at all in this video, I just want to let you know that I am not going to be targeting anybody, or I'm not going to be coming at a specific group of people, because at some point in my life, I have done this as well. I am guilty of being cliquey in my life at some point. So we are all guilty of this, but I want to bring this to light now because this is a huge thing that COVID has brought. COVID, I think, has made clickiness a thing now where it's really bad, and not only COVID, but actions people have made. And they have done this countless of times from what I've seen in my life in grammar school, high school, and even college, and even the workplace. College and the workplace, clickiness should not exist anymore. So, I want to inform you of the issues of clickiness and how we can improve inclusion and how we can improve diversity by working on clickiness. So, what is a clique exactly? A clique is a small group of people with shared interests or other features in common who spend time together and do not readily allow others to join them. This can be seen through jocks, nerds, theater kids, or different organizations you're in college, all the above. And what's cliquey, you ask? There's a different term. There's a separate definition. A cliquey person is when people who are trying to form or hold exclusive groups together and they are not so welcoming to others. Now, I remember in my life for so long, I tried to join the popular kids in grade school, but was ridiculed by them because of my quirks with autism. Not because of autism itself, because of my quirks, and because of who I was as a person. Yes, I still had great friends to support me and who always tried to involve me. Involvement does not lead to clickiness, right? Yes, in some instances. But for me, I wanted to merge our different groups together and become united and see eye for eye. Even in 7th and 8th grade, I had this mindset. I had this different mindset probably because of my disability. Probably. Maybe most likely. But I wanted to merge the groups for so long because why should we all have differences? Yes, maybe you can have your things in common. Maybe you can have your interests in common. Yes, there's different categories for people. That's what makes people different. We can still have that. We can still have these differences, but we need to see eye for eye. We need to see their perspective. We need to see their light. We need to see what they're going through. And in some parts in high school, I was guilty of trying to fit in everywhere. I was guilty of joining cliques. I was guilty of excluding people because I wanted to fit in so badly. Not because of the ideals of the clique, but because of what they represented, I wanted to be. And I did that any way I can. Even in college, I did that in college. And I'm guilty of it. I acknowledge that. But I've learned from those mistakes. But I was never really a cliquey person. I was just a floater. I wanted to belong everywhere. I wanted to be a people pleaser. I wanted to do everything I can to include people because that's what life should be. Inclusion with pride, people with disabilities, Black Lives Matter, and just political issues. And there's so many more issues we have in this world because of clickiness. Not because of the issues, because the issues themselves, but why we're not seeing eye for eye is because people make cliques. Even people in pride make cliques. Even people who support Black Lives Matter make cliques. The people in politics are cliques. People who've been ridiculed are in cliques. Everything starts with cliques. All the issues start with cliques. And not a lot of people see that. Not a lot of people. And it frustrates me so much. And did I fuck up? Did I fuck up with people? Yeah, I have. Did I fuck up with them in grammar school and high school and college? Yes. Of course I fucked up. Of course I did those things because we're all human beings. We learn from our mistakes and we move on. Have I made mistakes of asking inappropriate questions? Yes. Have I been guilty of making fun of my friends for different reasons? Yes. Have I been guilty of not having the greatest ideals and not realizing the other side's mentality? Yes. I admit that. I admit to my mistakes. But even though I fucked up in my communities, even in college to this day, even the fuck-ups I made a lasting impact on me. And I tried my best to rewrite those mistakes. Even if they were simple mistakes, I rewrote them. But from my experience, my simple mistakes in the communities that I'm involved with have excluded me. And I have felt a cold shoulder. I have felt this unwelcoming sense. I feel like when I came my freshman year in college, I felt like the upperclassmen were so much more welcoming than what I am experiencing now. And if you think otherwise, go ahead. If you want to drop me, go ahead. I already know I have people I can count on. So if you don't see eye for eye, okay. Do you. Seriously, do you. I'm not judging you. If you want to think like that, I'm not judging you. I'm being serious about this. I don't care. Do your own life. Be the person you think you want to be. But I know the person I want to be. I want to bring everybody together without cliques. I want to bring everybody without clickiness. I want to bring in people who support pride, who support disabilities. I want to bring some people in who love satire. Satire also kills a lot of friendships because they can't take jokes. But I support all these things. I support no cliques. Sure, we can have eye for eye on different things, but we need to understand the other person's perspective before you make a judgment on them. Listen to them. Understand their position. Don't be stubborn. Be open to mistakes. Be open to another perspective. Be open to who you want to be. Be open to everything. Do not be closed-minded for any of that, regardless. Now, there is a trend among people who are cliquey, and I'm going to explain who they are. Not the specific people, but who those people are like. They bring things out of proportion. And it all starts with rumors and gossip. Rumors turn into gossip. Rumors lead to destroying connections, friendships, and relationships. The small or minor mistakes people make in their lives become blown out of proportion. And because of that, gossip starts. And because of that, people exclude them because of a minor thing they did. And even if it was one major thing, you could have told them what they did and help them teach that lesson without excluding them, without leaving them out. I don't care if you're a hotshot. I don't care what you think. You need to learn their perspective before you make a judgment on others. Gossip destroys people's self-confidence and their chance at fitting in with groups in school and in the workplace. You fuck that up for them. And I'm not targeting any specific person. I'm targeting the people who have been guilty of that, including myself. The people who were bullied and ridiculed usually become the leader when they're older. And you know what the leader is? The leader is a tyrant. The leader has to see that it's like other people have to see things their way, or it has to be the highway. And that is the damn fucking reality. I am sorry. That is the damn fucking reality. The damn reality. The high-up leaders think they are better than everybody else. The people who think they run campus, the people who think they're so high of power, they think they have it all. They think they can do whatever the fuck they want. The people who make you think you belong, but never make the effort to contact or even acknowledge. And what I mean by this, the people who you think should belong, and you tell them this, but never really make the effort to contact or even acknowledge that person, unless that person, not the leader, the smaller person, the non-leader, makes the first move. These people, the leaders, make puppets and create them into thinking badly about other people because of things they've heard or things that they've experienced, but those other people never experienced. Those followers who like the leader have to understand who people are first before they make judgments. These people make these puppets, and basically the followers want to be included, so they do everything the leader wants and says because they know that's how they're going to get up there. That's how they know they're going to become popular. That's how they know they're going to become successful, because they're following the leader. And you know how I find that? Bullshit. Bullshit. And I'm going to repeat that again. I find that bullshit. Deadass. Now, organizations on college campuses and the workplace say they will include you. But in 50% or more cases, this is not true. Never. Now, this is not true, right? No, it's true. I've seen it happen. I've heard from people, other people's perspectives. It's possible that they still won't be included even though they feel included. Now, I want to bring you with one last final lesson that I have learned. I want to teach you one thing from this. And I think we can all improve on our lives if we do this one thing. Never, and I mean never, prejudice or judge a person based on what they said. Get to know them first. Get to know that person before you make these judgments or these judgment calls. You have to make your opinion about people you hang out with after a couple times. After a couple times you really fully hung out with them, then you will have real evidence. Then you'll have real proof. Then you'll have real, and I mean real, knowledge about the person. And then you can make a judgment. Not because the other people said these things. And sometimes, you have to realize that this evidence can only be used for yourself and not others. For example, if I hung out with somebody a few times and I really didn't get a good vibe from them, okay, I'm going to stop hanging out with them and be honest with that person. Then that makes me realize, okay, I don't click with this person. I'm okay with this person. But that doesn't mean I tell other people and then they stop hanging out with them. In some instances, you can because they did really fucked up things. Not because they did a minor thing. And now, that is what inclusion should look like, folks. That is what inclusion should look like. Inclusion doesn't mean cliqueness. Inclusion doesn't mean there are certain groups who get along. Inclusion means everyone gets along. And you have to have a good reason on why you either hate somebody, you don't like somebody, or even just can't stand somebody. You have to have real evidence. Not just quote-unquote evidence. I mean, not just imaginative evidence. I mean, real as an actual thing evidence. I know that was a long video, but I had to get that out there because I have seen this so many times in my life, and I am sick of it. I want inclusion to finally happen. Even if you think you are, check yourself again, and then come back to me about that. That is all I have for today, you guys. Please, 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 please check yourselves. Please rethink after you watch this video.